What do teachers think about using In Focus for social emotional learning?
As a classroom teacher, our day is very busy and hectic, and we have so many regulations and policies and procedures that we need to make sure are taking place. And when we were first introduced to In Focus, my initial reaction was, oh man, here's something else I need to learn, another program. And as I've used it, it's just so quick and easy. You pull it out, you're ready to go. And so I like that it's laid out for us, it's easy, it's accessible, and it lines itself up very beautifully and easy to do.
I like a lot of things about In Focus. I really like the short lessons, the way it's presented, that you can get it into a regular day, that it's really easy to fit it into your schedule, that if you spend a lot of time prepping a science lab, you can still have the time to prep the In Focus lessons because they're so short, because you do want to have that time, and just from that little bit of time you get a lot of value from it.
I was glad to be able to use the book to follow the lessons day by day because we set it up for one period a day in third grade, and I didn't have to dream up very much. I could open the In Focus book, see what we were going to be doing for the week, and get the lessons ready one at a time.
Right before a big test or state testing, we've given our kids a toolbox of strategies to use when they're feeling anxious or stressed. And that's been huge because I can't control how much we test them this year, but I would rather give them strategies to help themselves regulate their emotions and their stress levels when they're testing, rather than me just tell them, hey, sit down and do this, be quiet, sit down and do this. So it's been really neat to see them apply the strategies we've taught them. The different breathing exercises, the mindful moments, the body relaxation techniques, and I've seen them use them, and that's been huge because we need that when we're telling kids to sit down for 8 hours a day. We need to give them strategies so that they're successful. So it's been really cool to see that, and then all the social pieces out on the playground, conflict resolution, reminding them what we've talked about. Oh, remember when we talked about this scenario, how did we handle it? Are you handling it appropriately? Things like that. So it ties into the whole day and hopefully outside of school for them too, because these are life skills that I hope they're taking with them past my classroom. And unfortunately, I think a lot of these aren't being taught at home. So it's so vital that they're getting it in the classroom and that we're doing it all year.
Well, there's a lot that I like about the program. At first I was a little hesitant to try it just because of the time involved, but then I discovered that it really didn't take a whole lot of time for me to use it in my classroom, and I saw results immediately, with just the way that my students would react to read alouds that I'm reading. As I'd read something aloud, they'd say, oh, well, if this person had shown more empathy towards this other character, then they might have avoided some of these problems. And so just seeing them use it in other areas in their life was exciting.
I think the part about In Focus that was just easy was that it gave me some background knowledge of the lesson. It gave me some teacher talk, some self-reflection. I like that, how I was using this lesson in myself. The lessons were quick. We had a 15-minute time period every day that we were using them, and they fit easily into that time period. It didn't take the time out of some other, maybe one of our academic areas, so it fit well into what we were doing. And it was short. It was short, right to the point, and then we'd talk about using it for the rest of the day.
Well, basically, I've just interviewed all of our teachers for our end of the year evaluations, and we have 100% buy-in, and everybody recognizes that it is something good for the kids and something good for our school environment and culture. The classroom teachers are teaching the lessons, and they do it in their own ways. The specials teachers have found ways to use that language and come back with a common lesson. The special ed teachers and the Title I teachers, even, they have bought in, and they recognize they don't teach the lessons, but they recognize that there's a language there that if there's a problem, they can talk to the kids about it. And I try to do our end of the day announcements. I try to give a message, and our beginning of the day announcements for that matter. I take, themes out of the book and put that out so they're hearing it from me as well.